Good morning, students. Today's class we will see the remaining portion of physiology, the endocrine system, that is the part two. Remaining some of the questions. Next question is myxedema. Myxedema is a condition marked by thickening and swelling of the skin caused by insufficient production of thyroid hormones by thyroid gland. The function of thyroid hormone is to regulate our metabolism. Myxedema associated with other symptoms of underactive thyroid, also called as hypothyroidism, including lethargy, weight gain, fatigue, depression, and cold sensitivity and others. Hypothyroidism is more common in women, especially those who are over the age of 50, and can be caused by a viral infection, certain medications, radiation exposure, autoimmune disease, or inherited or congenital disorders. Myxedema is caused by hypothyroidism and occur more frequently when hypothyroidism is left untreated. Depending on the cause, myxedema can be treated with thyroid replacement hormones. These medications are effective in eliminating the symptoms that accompany myxedema and hypothyroidism. Usually, thyroid replacement medications probably need to take them for the rest of the life. Left untreated, myxedema can have serious or rarely life-threatening complications. Next question is cretinism. Neonatal hypothyroidism is that is the decreased thyroid hormone production in newborn is known as cretinism. In very rare cases, no thyroid hormone is produced. If a baby was born with this condition, it is called congenital hypothyroidism. If it is developed soon after birth, it is called as hypothyroidism acquired in the newborn period. Causes include hypothyroidism in the newborn may caused by a missing or poorly developed thyroid gland, a pituitary gland that does not stimulate thyroid gland, a thyroid hormone that poorly formed or do not work. Thyroid gland that is not fully developed is the most common defect. It occurs 1 out of every 3,000 births. Girls are affected twice as often as the boys. Symptoms include most affected infants have few or no symptoms because the thyroid hormone level is only slightly low. However, the infants with severe hypothyroidism often have a unique appearance, including dull look, puffy face, thick tongue with stick out. This appearance usually develops as the disease gets worse. The child may also have choking episodes, constipation, dry brittle hair, jaundice, lack of muscle tone, low hairline, poor feeding, short height, sleepless, sluggishness. A physical exam may show decreased muscle tone, failure to grow, hoarse sound, cry, or voice, short arms and legs, very large soft spots on the skull, wide hand with short fingers, widely separated skull bone. Blood test will do to check thyroid function. Other tests that may done thyroid scan and X-ray of the long bones. Treatment include early diagnosis is very important. Most of the effects of hypothyroidism are easy to reverse. Thyroxine is usually given to treat hypothyroidism. Once child starts taking this medicine, blood tests are regularly done to make sure that thyroid levels are in normal range. The prognosis include getting diagnosed early usually leads to a good outcome. Newborns who are diagnosed and treated with the first month or so usually have normal intelligence. Untreated mild hypothyroidism can lead to severe mental retardation and growth retardation. The nervous system goes through the important development during the first few months after birth. A lack of thyroid hormone can cause damage that cannot be reversed. Complications include mental retardation, growth retardation, and heart problems. Milk ejection reflex. Plenty of touch receptors are present on the mammary gland, particularly around the nipple. When the infant sucks the mother's nipple, the touch receptors are stimulated and impulses are discharged. The impulse from the touch receptors are carried by the somatic afferent nerve fibers and reach paraventricular and supraoptic nuclei of hypothalamus. Now, hypothalamus in turn sends the impulse to the posterior pituitary through the nerve fibers of hypothalamo-hypophyseal tract. The afferent impulse causes release of oxytocin to the blood. When the hormone reaches the mammary gland, it causes contraction of the myoepithelial cells, resulting in ejection of milk from the mammary gland. And this reflex is initiated by the nervous factors and completed by the hormonal action. It is known as neuroendocrine reflex. During this reflex, large amount of oxytocin released by positive feedback mechanism. Tetany. Tetany is a symptom characterized by muscle cramps, spasm, or tremors. These repetitive actions of muscle happen when our muscle contract uncontrollably. Tetany may occur in any muscle of our bodies, just those face fingers of the calf muscle. Muscle cramps associated with tetany as long as lasting and painful. It is a medical sign consisting of involuntary contraction of muscle which may be caused by a disease or other conditions that increase action potential frequency. Muscle cramps that are caused by a disease, tetanus, are not classified as tetany. Rather, they are due to a blocking of inhibition of neurons that supply the muscles. The causes include usual causes tetanus, lack of calcium, and excess of phosphate. High phosphate to calcium ratio can also trigger this spasm. Milk and alkyl tetany are example of this imbalance. Underfunction of thyroid hormone can lead to tetany. Low levels of carbon dioxide cause tetany by altering the albumin binding of the calcium such that ionized fraction of calcium is reduced. Low levels of magnesium can cause Clostridium tetani is a toxin via inhibition of glycine-mediated and GABAergic neurotransmission may lead to tetany. Common symptoms that may occur along tetany are abdominal pain or cramping, chronic or persistent diarrhea, grimacing, malaise or lethargy, muscle achiness or pain, numbness, rapid breathing or shortness of breath, tingling or other unusual sensations in the hands or feet, twitching or shaking of the fingers. Acromegaly. The disorder is characterized by enlargement, thickening, and broadening of bones, particularly in the extremities of the body. Acromegaly due to hypersecretion of growth hormone in adults after fusion of epiphysis with the shaft of the bone. Hypersecretion of growth hormone is due to adenomatous tumor of anterior pituitary involving acidophil cells. Signs and symptoms include the striking facial features are protrusion of the sclera, orbital ridges, broadening of the nose, thickening of the lips, thickening of the ring and wrinkles formation on the forehead, and protrusion of the lower jaw. The face with these features are called acromegalic or gorilla face. Another characteristic feature of this disorder is enlargement of the hand and feet with bowing of the spine is called kyphosis. The scalp is thickened by and thrown into folds or wrinkles with the bulldog scalp. There is a general overgrowth of body hair. The visceral organs like lungs, thymus, heart, liver, spleen enlarged. Thyroid gland and parathyroid gland and adrenal gland slow hyperactivity. Hyperglycemia and glycosuria occur resulting of diabetes mellitus, hypertension, headache, and visual disturbance. Oxytocin. Oxytocin secreted mainly by aura, the ventricular nucleus, and small quantity by supraoptic nucleus in the hypothalamus. And it is transported from hypothalamus to posterior pituitary throughout the nerve fibers of hypothalamo-hypophyseal tract. In the posterior pituitary, oxytocin is stored in the nerve endings of hypothalamo-hypophyseal tract. When suitable stimuli reach the posterior pituitary from the hypothalamus, oxytocin is released into the blood. Oxytocin is secreted both in males and females. It is a polypeptide having half-life of 6 minutes. Action female, it acts on mammary glands and uterus. On mammary gland, it causes ejection of milk from the mammary gland. The ducts of mammary gland are lined by myoepithelial cells. It squeezes the milk from the alveoli of the mammary gland to the exterior through the duct system and nipple. The process by which the milk is ejected from the alveoli of mammary gland is called as milk ejection reflex or milk let-down reflex. On the pregnant uterus, it causes the contraction of uterus and helps the expulsion of fetus. Throughout pregnancy, oxytocin secretion is inhibited by estrogen and progesterone. At the end of pregnancy, secretion of these two hormones decreases suddenly. Secretion of oxytocin increases. Secretion of oxytocin increases during labor. At the onset of labor, cervix dilates and fetus descends to the birth canal. During the movement of fetus to the cervix, the receptors on the cervix are stimulated and start to discharge large number of impulses. Oxytocin also stimulates release of prostaglandin in the placenta. Prostaglandin intensifies the uterine contraction induced by oxytocin. On non-pregnant uterus, the action on non-pregnant uterus is to facilitate the transport of sperms to the female genital tract up to the fallopian tube by producing uterine contraction during sexual intercourse. Action on male. In male, release of oxytocin increases during ejaculation. It facilitates release of sperm into the urethra by causing contraction of smooth muscle fibers in the reproductive tract, particularly vas deferens. Prolactin. Prolactin is secreted from anti-pituitary gland. Its half-life is about 20 minutes. Prolactin is necessary for the final preparation of mammary glands and for the production and secretion of the milk. Prolactin directly on the epithelial cells of the mammary gland and cause localized alveolar hyperplasia. Prolactin necessary for the milk secretion and also play an important role in growth of mammary gland during pregnancy. Normally, prolactin is inhibited by prolactin inhibiting hormone secreted from hypothalamus. However, prolactin secretion starts from the 6th month of the pregnancy. At that time, it acts directly on mammary gland and causes proliferation of epithelial cells of the alveoli. Cushing syndrome. It is a syndrome characterized by obesity. The causes include due to hypersecretion of glucocorticoids, particularly cortisol. It may be either due to pituitary origin or adrenal origin. If it is due to pituitary origin, it is called Cushing disease. If it is due to adrenal origin, it is known as Cushing syndrome. Generally, these two terms are used interchangeably. Pituitary origin, increased secretion of ACTH causes hyperplasia of adrenal cortex leading to hypersecretion of glucocorticoids. ACTH secretion increased by tumor in pituitary cells, particularly in basophilic cells which secretes ACTH. Malignant tumor or non-endocrine origin like cancer of lungs or abdominal viscera. Hypothalamic disorder causing hypersecretion of corticotrophin releasing hormone. Adrenal origin. Cortisol secretion increased by tumor in zona fasciculata of adrenal cortex, carcinoma of adrenal cortex, prolonged treatment of chronic inflammatory disease like rheumatoid arthritis with high dose of exogenous glucocorticoids, prolonged treatment with high dose of ACTH which stimulate adrenal cortex to stimulate excess glucocorticoids. Signs and symptoms. Characteristic features of this disease is disproportionate distribution of body fat resulting in some abnormal features. Moon face, edematous facial appearance due to the fat accumulation and retention of water and salt. Torso, fat accumulation at chest and abdomen. Arms and legs are slim in proportion to torso. Buffalo hump due to fat deposit on the back, neck and shoulder. Pot belly due to fat accumulation in the upper abdomen. Purple stria, reddish purple strips on the abdomen due to three reasons: stretching of the abdominal wall by excess subcutaneous fat, rupture of the subdermal tissue due to stretching, deficiency of collagen fiber due to protein depletion. Then thinning of the extremities, thinning of skin and subcutaneous tissue due to protein depletion caused by increased catabolism of proteins. Darkening of the skin on the neck, pigmentation of the skin especially in ACTH dependent type, facial redness, facial hair growth, bone resorption and osteoporosis due to protein depletion, hyperglycemia, hypertension, immunosuppression, poor wound healing. Tests for Cushing syndrome include observation of external features, determination of blood sugar and cortisol level, analysis for urine for 7-hydroxysteroids. Treatment for Cushing syndrome. The treatment depends upon the cause of disease. Treatment may include cortisol inhibiting drugs, surgical removal of pituitary adrenal tumors, radiation, or chemotherapy. Hormones of posterior pituitary. Posterior lobe of pituitary gland has neural connection between hypothalamus, while anterior lobe has only vascular connection with hypothalamus. In other words, the secretions from posterior lobe are controlled by neural signal originating from hypothalamus. The hormones of posterior pituitary include vasopressin. The main function is to regulate the volume of extracellular fluid and plasma osmolality. The chief site of action is kidney. ADH increases the water reabsorption by increasing the water permeability in the renal collecting ducts. Large doses ADH cause smooth muscle contraction, so it is known as vasopressin. Second hormone of the pituitary is oxytocin, which we have seen already. Hormones secreted by anterior pituitary glands include antipituitary, also known as the master gland, because it regulates many other endocrine functions. 6 hormones secreted by anterior pituitary. They are: first is growth hormone. It actually increases the size and number of cells. Growth hormone also acts on metabolism of all three major types of foodstuffs in the body like proteins, lipids and carbohydrates. GH secretions increase in hypoglycemia, fasting, starvation, exercise, stress and trauma and initial stages of sleep. GH secretion decrease in case of hyperglycemia, increased fatty acid in the blood and later stages of the sleep. Thyroid stimulating hormone. TSH is necessary for growth and secretory activity of thyroid gland. It has many actions on thyroid gland. The third one is adrenocorticotropic hormone or ACTH. It is necessary for the structural integrity and secretory actions of the adrenal cortex. Third is the follicle stimulating hormone. It is a glucoprotein made up of the alpha subunit and beta subunit. In males, it acts on with the testosterone and accelerates process of spermatogenesis. In female, it is responsible for development of Graafian follicle from the primordial follicle. It stimulates the theca cells of Graafian follicle and causes secretion of estrogen and promote aromatase in the granulose cells, resulting in conversion of androgens into estrogens. The next hormone is luteinizing hormone. It's the glycol protein and half-life is about 60 minutes. It may in male LH stimulate interstitial cells of Leydig cells in testes. This hormone is essential for secretion of testosterone from the Leydig cells. It stimulate Leydig cells and quantity of testosterone secreted proportion to the amount of LH available. Prolactin. It is necessary for the final preparation of mammary glands for the production of milk and secretion of breast milk. It acts directly on the epithelial cells of mammary gland and causes localized alveolar hyperplasia. Testosterone. Testosterone is a male hormone secreted by the testes. The main function of testosterone in the fetal life include sex differentiation of the feces. If the testosterone is secreted in the fetal life, the Mullerian duct system disappears and male sex organ develops from the Wolfram duct. Development of accessory sex organs and external genitalia. Descent of the testis. Function of testosterone in the adult life include effect on sex organs. It increases size of penis, scrotum, testis after puberty. All these organs are enlarged at least 8-fold between onset of puberty and the age of 20 years. Effect of secondary sexual characteristic. These are the physical and behavioral characteristics appear at the time of puberty in human. Testosterone is responsible for development of secondary sexual characteristics in male. Testosterone is converted into dihydroxy testosterone in target cells of accessory sex organs, prostate, seminal vesicles, epididymis, penis, and other organs. In brain, it converted into estrogen. Testosterone is primarily stimulate protein synthesis in the target cells, which is responsible for development of secondary characteristics. Regulation of testosterone secretions in fetus. During fetal life, testosterone secretion test is stimulated by HCG, which has a property similar to those of LH. HCG stimulates development of Leydig cells in the fetal testis and promote testosterone secretion. In adults, LH or interstitial cells stimulating hormones stimulate Leydig cells and quantity of testosterone secreted is directly proportional to the amount of luteinizing hormone available. Feedback control. Testosterone regulates its own secretion by negative feedback mechanism. It acts on the hypothalamus and inhibits secretion of LHRH. When LHRH secretion is inhibited, LH is not released from the anterior pituitary, resulting in stoppage of secretion of testosterone and testis. On other hand, when testosterone production is low, lack of inhibition of hypothalamus leads to secretion of hypothalamus leads to secretion of testosterone through LHRH and LH. Thank you for listening.